So, hi, I'm Jack from Metal Acoustic. I'm joined by Adam from Hate.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. How are Hate doing at the moment?
How is Hate doing at the moment?
Yeah.
I mean, just great. I mean, we're so happy and ecstatic to be on this tour. Actually, giving proper support to the new record, Crusade Zero. It is the tour with Vader now, 19 shows altogether, and then we start another tour, which goes under the name of Hate Fest.
Wow, that's good.
Which I like so much.
Yeah, I like
you know why?
Too.
And it's like a traveling festival, mostly in Germany, Austria, and Switzerland, with Marduk and 6 Feet Under headlining.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, it's another great opportunity. I can't wait to be there. Yeah.
You've toured with Vader a lot over the years. What do you like about touring with them?
We've been friends for years. You know, it's so easy, man. It's so familiar. It's like, as I said before, it's like one big family on tour.
Okay.
Also, the crew are close friends to us, so it's just smooth. You know, it just goes smooth.
Your opening the tour is Shredhead. What do you like about this band?
I think it's a talented, very dynamic band, very credible on stage, I think.
That's cool.
Yeah, I really like this, the mixture of the music, of different kind of styles that they play. Very credible, very nice guys, by the way.
Did you know them before this tour? Or?
No,
Okay.
no, never heard of them. I know they won some Wacken battle or whatever. So they got this opportunity to perform at Wacken Festival.
That's cool.
A few years ago. Yeah, that's all I know about them, actually.
Also, how important are Vader as a band to the death metal scene?
Oh, they are the most important one when it comes to Polish death metal, I think, because they all started it. It's like, you know, Stone starting an Avalanche. So it was them. It was them back then in the middle of the 80s, I think. So yeah, all the other bands were just following their footsteps, you know, in this respect. Especially those who dreamed of an international career. They were not just focused on the Polish metal scene or Polish metal underground. Yeah, so did us, and here we are. Vader was a great inspiration for all the Polish, especially extreme metal bands.
That's cool. You've been active in the Polish scene as a band since 1990. How much has the Polish scene changed over this time?
I suppose it's been changing over time, but for some mysterious reason, Polish metal scene is still associated with those few bands, those extreme metal bands that managed to make their names internationally, and it's us, Vader, Behemoth, and Decapitated, and that's how it looks. Still, there are lots of new bands coming, and what is really interesting, I don't know the explanation for it, but this extreme, ferocious, blasphemous metal is the still most important one on this scene, and like most appreciated also by the Polish audiences. That's how it looks. It's a kind of phenomenon.
Okay, you've just released the album Crusade Zero. Are you happy with how it's been received?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's we have experienced a lot of support from the people, and I can observe a growing interest in the band for the last few months after releasing the album. So it's just great.
What was the recording process like?
It didn't differ that much from previous recording processes in the past. I mean, I just came up with the main ideas, then we were rehearsing a lot, working on them together, trying to find the most proper arrangements. Then there was a lot of work with the co-producer, because we were creating some ambient background samples, intros, interludes, stuff like that. You know, it took a lot of time and effort, and then we decided on Heart Studio in Poland when working with Wiesławski brothers, because the studio changed so much. I mean, it's a completely different studio. We were considering some other options, even some options in Scandinavia. We wanted to record this album outside Poland for the first time in our history. But after visiting Hertz again, so the new recording room, new, so to speak, recording technology, so we definitely decided on it, to give it a chance. And I'm really happy about this choice, actually, because it just went great.
What was it like working with the brothers as producers?
They are very experienced. They are very, I would say, inventive in a way, and also they also are really helpful, and they really listen to what a band wants to say. They always want to listen to a demo first, or a pre-production. You know, there's usually a lot of preparations before the session starts. So they are like 100% professionals. Great people, by the way.
That's good. Were any songs removed at all from the album upon finalisation, or were all the songs recorded, the ones that came onto the album?
Actually, there were many more songs that made their way to the album. There were like 13 songs altogether,
okay.
and we had to decide on 9 of them only. Okay. And the rest of the tracks on the album are just intros and interludes.
Okay.
So just 9. Why? We just wanted to record less, but songs that would represent our style in a better way, you know. Okay. And we didn't want to record an innovative or adventurous or groundbreaking album. Not at all. I mean, it didn't mean it to be like that. We just wanted it to in a way summarize the period of the last 6-7 years of our history. So it's like it's an album that is closing up the period, you know, that was started on Anaclasses in 2005.
Okay.
So from now on, we'll be creating something different, something maybe more adventurous, more groundbreaking. Actually, we're working on some new songs now, so I can tell you it's gonna be something different, just different.
Well, were the songs that were left over going to be released as like an EP at some point, or are they just going to be left for now?
We're thinking of it because actually recently we just got an offer from Polish label Metal Mind Productions,
okay.
And it is about making a new DVD material.
Ooh, okay.
DVD which would mark the 25th anniversary of the band's existence,
cool.
Because I started the band in 1990 as a teenager, many years ago. So talking about the DVD now, we're talking about the details right now with the label, and there should be some bonuses. There should be some, you know, additional material to the DVD. So maybe we'll use some compositions that has been made but haven't recorded for now.
Okay. On the album there are 3 1-minute interludes, as you mentioned earlier. Why did you put these interludes on the album?
It just there for one reason, just to build up a particular atmosphere. Okay. Just to make it as a whole, you know, make one piece of work out of it. That's the idea, and also I'm very often asked this question: why there is one intro and then another intro and then the proper track? You know, it's just for this. We wanted to create some, say, dramatic atmosphere at the beginning of the album, and then just building it up until some extreme and more extreme songs, you know, coming along.
Okay, what lyrical themes did you tackle on Crusade Zero?
Crusade Zero is it's a rather pessimistic message. Pessimistic message. Crusade means the whole effort of humanity.
Okay.
And zero is the result of it.
Okay.
It's like crusade, and the result, the final result is zero. So it all leads to this collapse, this final say, downfall, big spectacular downfall of the civilization as we know it. So this is quite an apocalyptic view on this album, dominating it. Yeah.
My favourite track on the album is Leviathan. What's that song about?
Which one, sorry?
Leviathan.
Leviathan is, well, it's strictly about Satan.
Okay.
It is strictly about this, say, dark part of the human nature, which you may call Satan or you may call something else. It is this, say, war man that we all have that is so strong in us that it's almost impossible for a generation to live without war, without a conflict, you know. So this is about it, yeah.
As a band, you tend to release an album every 2 or 3 years or so. What is behind your strong work ethic?
Work ethic, you mean?
Yeah.
That's a hard question. I don't know what to say. Well, we're just hard-working musicians, you know. That's it. I think it's all about I think music is very important, but it cannot be just the one thing, the one purpose.
Okay.
Music is rather a tool that you use for some higher reasons, higher ideological reasons maybe. So it's we're trying to use this tool as much as we can and try to create our own world in this respect, you know, try to build our own message in it. It's so important to us. I mean, I cannot absolutely imagine my life without being a musician. It's addictive, you know. It's like a driving force. It's like a drive that never stops. Actually, it's a process that never stops. You cannot see the end.
Yeah. Okay. Judging by this, will we see a new album in 2 or 3 years, or just see where it goes from there?
I think so. Yeah.
Excellent. The album was released by Napalm. What's it like being signed to Napalm, and how do they compare from your previous labels?
Well, some people found it strange that we're on Napalm because most of the Napalm's roster is just folk metal or heavy metal or some metalcore here and there, but not extreme metal. Actually, we're just one of the 2 bands on the label that represents this kind of music. But they approached us.
Awesome.
They offered us a contract back then. So we just perceived it as a great opportunity to develop the band because they have much better distribution. They also care for their bands in a way, you know. We also, after signing to them, we also signed another contract with a touring agency, which is Ordination.
That's cool.
So. Yeah, it's good to be there. I think we are happy for now about being on Napalm, and this collaboration is really effective. I would say it's very effective.
Excellent.
Becoming more and more effective.
Brilliant. What are your plans for the rest of the year? Can we see any new videos, tours, or festival appearances coming up?
So right after these 2 tours, we'll be playing some summer festivals. Some of them have been announced, some of them haven't been announced yet, or will be very soon. Also, we have a visit in Brazil in our plans.
Oh wow, that's cool.
It's gonna be our third visit to Brazil. There will be some more dates in South America added to it for sure. Then. What's next? Then probably we'll be shooting this DVD material by the end of the summer, I think. So it will be just perfect to make it happen. I mean, to have it released by the end of this year, say in December maybe. What else? We're getting some offers from the States too.
Cool.
It would be great to be back in the States after 3 years of our absence there, because, as you guys know, our career was held up a little bit because of this tragic situation, tragic death of our bass player Mortifer back then in 2013 in April. So it took us some time to recover from it, to deal with this, you know. And I still feel some, say, aftermath of this tragedy.
Yeah, I get that.
It's also because this is the reason why we have a new drummer on board now. Hexen left the band some months ago, and this was, I think, connected to that situation. So yeah, but we're happy to be here again, to be on tour again, to have a new album out, and we'll be pushing this machine forward. I'm pretty sure of it.
As someone who's been touring for years, how has touring changed since you first started?
Oh, it used to be much harder before.
Okay.
It's like getting easier and easier. When we started the first full-fledged tour was European full-fledged tour was in 2006 with Carpathian Forest. And I remember us playing in front of a crowd of, say, 10, 15 people as an opener, you know. So it was really hard back then.
That's cool.
And
So what's South America like? So that's a place a lot of bands dream to tour. What's touring South America like?
it's exotic.
Exotic.
It's a different world. On each level, it's a different mentality. People are much more wild, much crazier.
It's got a reputation for having crazy fans.
Oh yeah, because they treat it as a religion.
Oh yeah.
Like just like that. They treat metal as a religion. They believe in it, literally, you know.
Okay.
So musicians are perceived as gods there. Demigods or something like that. That's crazy. It's pretty fucking crazy, but also well, there are great audiences there, and it's so worth playing in front of them.
And finally, what upcoming albums are you looking forward to the most?
It's a tough question. I don't know, really.
Okay.
I mean, I never wait for any particular record.
Okay.
When it's out, then I can
Listen to it.
I can judge if I like it or not.
Okay.
These days, I'm listening to Triptychon last record, which is really good.
Excellent album.
Yeah. Also, Judas Priest. Also, Dead Can Dance. It's not new. It's from last year, but it's just great. It's every time I listen to it, it's just fucking inspiring.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for your time. Good luck with the show tonight.
Thanks very much, guys.
No problem.
Yeah.
Pleasure.
Enjoy the show.